Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Hello, I'm Nuryana Nesya Nabila with student ID number 2061 to 1 over 1 from English Education Class 4B. Today I'm going to present a material about assessing reading, writing, listening, speaking, and grammar as my final exam for Learning Language Assessment course. So stay tuned guys. Alright, so for the first material is assessing reading. Assessing reading comprehension has three levels. The first level is literal comprehension. At this level, teachers can ask students to find information and ideas that are explicitly stated in the text. The second level is referential comprehension. At this level, students must be able to read critically and analyze carefully what they have read. And the last level is critical reading, whereby ideas and information are evaluated. Next is about the possible formats for reading tasks. For the first is multiple choice. Multiple choice questions are a common device for testing student text comprehension. Second is matching. One alternative objective technique for the testing of reading is multiple matching. Third is short answer test. Test takers are simply asked a question which requires a brief response, not just yes or no. The last is free recall test. In this kind of test, students are asked to read a text, to put it to one side, and then to write down everything they can remember from the text. Okay, moving on. The next material is assessing grammar. There are 5 characteristics to measure communicative grammar. They are 1. The task must provide more context than only a single sentence. Second, the test taker should understand what the communicative purposes of the task is. Third, he or she should also know who the intended audience is. Fourth, he or she must have to focus on meaning and not form to answer correctly. And the last, recognize is not sufficient. The test taker must be able to produce grammatical responses. Next, basically assessing grammar is using traditional paper and pencil tests such as TOEFL and classroom tests. However, there are also alternative assessment that can be used. For example, portfolio. Portfolio is a purposeful collection of student work that tells the viewer about the student. Works should be organized by chronological order and category, so teacher can evaluate the child's achievement. Portfolios works including traditional paper and pencil tests, classroom observation, online activities, and written assignments. The advantages of portfolio are strengthening studies learning, enhancing the teacher's role, and improving processes. Next is assessing speaking. In this section, I will explain about basic types of speaking and designing assessment types for interactive speaking. There are 5 basic types of speaking. They are 1. Imitative is the ability to simply parrot back a word or phrase or possibly a sentence. Second, intensive is the production of short stretches of oral language designed to demonstrate competence. Third is responsive. Responsive assessment tasks include interaction and task comprehension, but at the limit of very short conversation. Fourth is interactive, almost similar to responsive, but includes multiple exchanges and multiple participants. Fourth is extensive or monologue. Extensive or oral production tasks include speeches, oral presentations, and storytelling. And the next is designing assessment tasks for interactive speaking. One is interview. Every effective interview contains a number of mandatory stages. They are warm up, level check, probe, and wind down. Second is discussion and conversation. Assessing the performance of participants through scores or checklist scores, and is also advisable to give some cognizance to comprehension performance in evaluating learners. Third is role play. Within constraints set forth by guidelines, it frees students to be somewhat creative and their linguistic output. And the last is games. One interactive games in this kind of speaking is Gap Grids. In this game, students interview each other in English to determine the answers to various questions. Next is assessing writing. In this section, I will explain the definition about types of writing performance and holistic scoring. They are 1. Imitative. This category includes the ability to spell correctly and to perceive phoneme-grapheme correspondences in the English spelling system. Second is intensive or controlled. Skills in producing appropriate vocabulary within a context, collocations, and idioms, and correct grammatical features. And the third and fourth is responsive and extensive writing. Responsive writing requires learners to perform at a limited discourse level, connecting sentences into a paragraph and creating a logically connected sequence or two or three paragraphs. Meanwhile, extensive writing implies successful management of all the processes and strategies of writing for all purposes. Next is holistic scoring. Holistic scoring is a scoring method to evaluate writing in which writers award to a score for the overall quality instead of for individual traits. A method of evaluating written text that assigns a single score based on the overall quality of the text. Holistic scoring Holistic scoring results in a more general description for categories, but includes the different elements of writing implicitly or explicitly. The result is usually a global grade such as A, B, C, D, or E. And the last material is assessing listening. In this section, I will explain about types of listening and micro and macro skills of listening. There are four types of listening. They are 1. Deep listening. Deep listening occurs when you are committed to understanding the speaker's perspective. It involves paying attention to both verbal and nonverbal cues. Second is full listening. Full listening involves paying close and careful attention to what the speaker is conveying. It often involves the use of active listening techniques such as paraphrasing. 3 is critical listening. Critical listening involves using systematic listening and careful thought to analyze a speaker's message and separate fact from opinion. And the last is therapeutic listening. Therapeutic listening means allowing a friend, colleague, or family members to discuss their problems. It involves emphasizing and applying supportive nonverbal cues. And the next is micro and macro skills of listening. One is clustering. Clustering is a difficulty in distinguishing phrases. 2. Redundancy is a repetition of words or sentences in the questions. 3. Reduce is must to know the sentence form of reduction. 4. Performance variables. In this case, the suitability of the place and careful preparation of the task. 5. Colloquial language. There are differences in culture that comes from spoken language. 6. Rate of delivery. The speed the test taker listens to. 7. Stress, rhythm, and intonation. There is an inaccuracy in the preserved rhythm and intonation. And the last, interaction. Listen first and then reveal what has been recorded earlier. Alright, I think that's all from me. Apologize if there are any mistake while I'm explaining the material. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and please wish me luck to get A+ in this course. Thank you. See you next time, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye everyone.